Gladiator II is a 2024 historical epic film directed and produced by Ridley Scott that is a sequel to Gladiator, released in 2000. Written by David Scarpa based on the story he wrote with Peter Craig, the film was produced by Scott Free Productions and distributed by Paramount Pictures. It stars Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn, Fred Hechinger, Connie Nielsen, and Denzel Washington. Jacobi and Nielsen reprise their roles from the first film, with Mescal replacing Spencer Treat Clark. Mescal portrays Lucius Verus Aurelius, the exiled prince of Rome, who becomes a prisoner of war and fights as a gladiator for Macrinus, a former slave who plots to overthrow the twin emperors Geta and Caracalla. A sequel to Gladiator was discussed as early as June 2001, with David Franzoni and John Logan set to return as screenwriters. Development then was halted when DreamWorks Pictures was sold to Paramount in 2006. The film was finally announced in 2018, and Mescal was cast in the lead role in January 2023 with a script by Scarpa. Filming took place between June 2023 and January 2024, with a 5-month delay due to the 2023 Hollywood labor disputes. The film received generally positive reviews from critics and would go on to gross $462.2 million worldwide, against a budget of $210 million. It would also receive 2 nominations at the 82nd Golden Globe Awards for Cinematic and Box Office Achievement and Best Supporting Actor for Washington, and was also nominated for Best Costume Design at the 97th Academy Awards. Now, Gladiator II is a textbook example of Hollywood milking a beloved classic for profit, offering little more than reheated nostalgia and hollow spectacle. What was once a powerful and emotionally resonant film has now been reduced to a soulless sequel that feels more like a brand extension than a work of storytelling. Ridley Scott, once one of the most visionary directors in cinema, now seems to be chasing the shadow of his past successes. This film feels like the work of someone trying to relive their former glory without the same fire or finesse. It's frankly sad to witness, and perhaps it's time for Scott to consider stepping away with his legacy still intact. Paul Mescal, while a strong actor in more intimate, character-driven roles like Normal People, is woefully miscast here. He lacks the gravitas and screen presence that made Russell Crowe's Maximus so iconic. The comparison is unavoidable, and unfortunately, Mescal falls way short. Denzel Washington delivers a surprisingly underwhelming performance, while Pedro Pascal tries to salvage what he can from this poorly written script. The film feels self-indulgent, overly long and riddled with historical inaccuracies, so egregious that they border on insulting to the Roman legacy. The original Gladiator had heart, soul, and was a timeless quality. Yes, it wasn't completely accurate, but it was a beautifully made film with a fantastic score and phenomenal performances from Joaquin Phoenix and of course Russell Crowe. The sequel, however, has none of that. It's a messy, disappointing project that feels like an insult to the original and to the audience. It's a missed opportunity, and worse, a completely unnecessary one. Gladiator II gets a 4 out of 10.